Victor, and I'm a software engineer. I'm from Kaohsiung, as you can see here, making application. Okay, I'm from Kaohsiung, and I'm a volunteer for Kaohsiung Python user group. I help arrange different events for the group. We regularly have one meetup every month, and if you guys are all welcome to come to Kaohsiung and join our meetup. And today, I'm most happy to have this opportunity to share with you my recent survey about creating map applications by using Python. So the outline for the talk is, okay, so first I will talk about why this talk. Okay, why I wanted to create map application by using Python, not JavaScript. And then talk about fundamentals of mappings. I think this is the most important part. So once you understand everything about the fundamentals, then it's easy to understand all the applications. Okay? So why this talk? About 3 months ago, one of my friends came to me, and okay, he is working on environmental protection, you know, to protect precious animals. Okay, so he came to me and said that they have already put some trackers on certain animals, and now they need someone to help to plot the GPS reading from the tracker onto a map so that they can understand the animal behavior. And there are lots of precious animals in Taiwan. For example, the leopard, the bear, and different kind of birds. And then I suddenly found that Python is also a precious animal, right? It's a sign, right? We need to do something to protect animals. And then I suddenly found that Python is the most popular coding language in 2014. At least some people believe that. So I think that maybe using Python to work on some map application is a good choice. Then I asked question on Python Taiwan about I'm pretty naive to map applications. So is there anyone very familiar with map application and can give me some hint how to do it? And someone said that maybe you should use Google Static Map API. I don't know that someone is here or not. Thank you. And so that's why I start to do something like that, like just use Static API and Static Map API to create some map applications. Then I found that I need to know the fundamental of mapping first, so that I can know the underhood mechanism of the mapping. So basically, the first thing people do for mapping is they do a projection. So because the globe is a sphere, and you need to project the curved surface to a plane so that you can display on the raster display like our computer screen. And the most common one, I believe the most common one is the first one. So basically there are 3 categories. And the first one is Mercator projection, and Google use it, and Microsoft use it, OpenStreetMap also use it. So let's focus on this one. So Mercator projection is like you put a light source at the center of this, the globe, and then you project to the cylinder outside of the globe. So it's easy to notice that the area around 2 poles will not be projected on the plane, right? On the map here. So the map, okay. So the latitude is about approximately from -85 to 85. And another thing is, after projection, you will notice that the spacing of the latitude is different. Okay, if it's closer to the equator, it's more dense, and if far from equator, it's more sparse. And so once we know the projection, we know how to deal with this kind of map. Originally it's the globe, and then we have this. And then on computer, we will do 2 things. First one is pyramid coordinate. That is, we just try to calculate latitude and longitude of each pixel. And the other one is for the tile system, because if you are using, if you have been using Google Maps and OpenStreetMap, you will see that when you pan the screen, you see the image come out as tile, as several different tiles. So the tile system is like this. Like there is a zoom value. If zoom equal to 0, then you only see one tile, and it's the whole world. Okay, and the tile is the size is 255 by 255 pixels. And if zoom level is 1, you see 4 tiles, and for each map, the size of the map tile is always 255 by 255. And if the zoom level is 3, then you see 64 map tiles, and the resolution of the map is 2047 by 2047. So you can use this one to calculate the corresponding latitude and longitude of each pixel. And for this one, you can calculate the tile number, the X and Y, so that you can plot you can try to stitch it, different tile onto a map to make a high resolution map. So how do we convert latitude and longitude to the zoom level and the tile number X and Y, or the pixel number X and Y? Okay, yeah, mathematics. So don't ever say mathematics is not useful again, because again, we need to use this. Okay, so you can click, so if we click here, we can see more detail about the discussion. Okay, so once we know the fundamentals, we will start to do some mapping. Okay, and basically there are 3 subtopics for the application. The first one is static map application, and the second one is interactive map application, and the third one is a real-time application. For static map application, so I tried the Google Static Map API first, because someone suggested me to do so. So I just tried it. So if you want to use Google Static Map API, you don't need to write any JavaScript. It's just a long list of URL, and you just embed the query string in the URL and send us a HTTP request, and then you will get a image back. So this is an example from the official website, and you see this is the API for Google Static Map API, and then you just pass the center, zoom, size, map type, or whatever, a lot of things, then you get back this map, and it's static. And there are some limitations for Google Static Maps API. Okay, there's usage limit. If you have API keys, and if you want to use it for free, you should not exceed 25,000 requests. If you don't have API keys, then it only allows you to request 1,000 times in 24 hours, or 50 times in 1 minute. And another thing is the image size is also restricted. Okay, this is from official website. If you want to use it for free, the size is only 640 by 640. So also the URL size is also restricted. You cannot use the URL cannot exceed 2048 characters, and the label can only use a single uppercase alphanumeric character. So I started to think about, hey, maybe we should just work on something our own. We just use the fundamentals we just learned about mapping, and try to get a map tile ourselves, and then put them together as a high resolution map. I'll show you later how to do it, or maybe I'll show you now. Okay, the code the code I use in this talk can be found on GitHub. So just search for Victor Gao code you can find on GitHub. Just search for Victor Gao. And then PyCon APAC 2015. You should find the code. No? Okay. Then just Victor Gao. Then it's me here. Okay. Okay, it's here. Okay, I will just show you the code. So the first one is real-time. No. Google static map demo. So I use a development web server called CGI HTTP server. That is the one comes with Python 2.7. Once you start it, and you can connect to localhost and CGI bin, and it's Google static map demo.py. What? Okay, hold on. Oh, you guys got good eyes. See? Okay, so I just randomly generate like 5 random locations because I don't want to show you the location of the precious animals because some people like to eat precious animals. So you can see like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these locations are randomly generated, and I also put a paste there so that you can try to observe how the animal move. And then I'll show you the one this is the one I create myself. So this one is a DIY one. You can find it on GitHub. Open. So okay, so basically this one is a class called static map. Okay, so I just try to get okay, let's take a look at the main here. I can set a center, and then I try to get the latitude and longitude, and then convert it to a pixel number, and then try to get the corresponding tile number, and then put them together to create a map. Okay, so to use this class, just instantiate the class, and then set the size of the map and the zoom level, and then you can create a base map, and then you can add the center, and then generate random locations, and then save the map, and you can see then you can see the map. Okay, so I will modify the center to here where we are, and then comment out New York City. And okay, because like I only have limited time, so I just hard coded the map tile URL in the code here. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3, and I don't want to use this one. I want to use OpenStreetMap here. Okay, and then we can run the code. and then it will try to get the map tile, and then generate a PNG file. Okay, this is the one we created by ourselves. Okay, so if we change the zoom level down here, for example 16, and then so you see the width and height is the restriction of Google Map API is 640 by 640, and we have already we are able to generate the map size bigger than Google Static Maps API. We can even make it bigger. For example, 2048 and 2048, something like that, and save, and then do it again, and you will try to get the map tile, and then put them together, and then put a center marker there, and then generate several random marker, and then put it on the map. And now we can open the new map, and it's a lot bigger. Okay, it's the size is 2048 by 2048, so you can make it as bigger as you want. Okay, and this is the static map application part. Oh shoot, where is? Okay. And then for interactive map, okay. So this is an application that is an example tile grid application, but it's weird. It only work in IE, so I cannot demo it on Mac. But it shows that when you zoom in and zoom out, and when you move the viewport, you will see the number change. The first number is the zoom level. The second one is the tile number X, and tile number Y, the third one. So you can play around at home if you have IE, and you will see roughly how things work. Okay. And then I want to introduce you two packages. Maybe one package and one extension, one Flask extension. The first package is Folium. It's actually it's a package that wrap .js framework, so that you don't need to write any JavaScript, but you still can create a very fancy interactive map application. Let me show you here. Okay, there is this Folium demo, and then if you look into the CGI bin folder, there's only one Python script. We don't have any HTML file or whatever. And if you CGI HTTP server, then if you connect to that Folium demo, localhost CGI bin Folium demo. Waiting for localhost. Oh, see? Yeah, it's a networking issue. Okay, so I randomly generate 5 random location, as you can see here. So we are here, and then I randomly generate 5 random location and put it on a map. So when you click, you can see the latitude and longitude, and you can pan, you can zoom in, zoom out, and you just need one Python script. So basically, the Folium package just wrap the leaflet.js into its package, and actually use Jinja 2, the template engine. So when you create the map, you will try to get a template in its package, and then put them together, and then show it to you or something like that. Okay, so it's very easy to create base map. You just import Folium, and then instantiate the map and set a center location, and then to create map, you set a path, then you will save HTML file in a directory, in a root directory, and actually what it does is it invoke a method called build map, and then all the HTML data is saved in map.html attribute, this variable. Okay, and there are it also provides a lot of different markers, and it's very easy to use, and you don't need to write any JavaScript code. So I just showed the demo. And then we have Flask. Flask is a micro web framework for Python, and Flask-GoogleMaps is an extension for Flask. And to install Flask, simply type in pipe install Flask. I think most of you should have used it before. Yeah, this is to show you how to create a hello world. So basically, you just do something like write a function here, and then before that, you just import the Flask class and instantiate it, and then you can set a route. For example, if you start the web server, then when you connect to the root, then you will see hello world. Okay, and a good thing for Flask is there's a template engine with a Flask, that is Jinja 2. I just mentioned that Folium also uses Jinja 2, and in Flask there's Jinja 2 embedded. So you just to use Jinja 2, you just put a template in the template folder, and then you can use render template method to pass a value to the placeholder in the template. So how does the template look like? It looks like HTML, a very common HTML file. It's just that there's something like this, as you can see here. Basically, there are three kind of placeholder. For this one, curly braces with percentage symbol. You can put a statement inside this one, and for double curly braces, you can put a variable there. So basically, it's like this. Okay, it's very simple. And you sometimes you probably don't need to have this one. You only need to put the variable there, so that you can just replace the placeholder with a real value. Flask Google Map demo. So to run it, you see there's a Python script there, and there's a template folder, and in the template folder there's a map.html, and to run the script you just use Python and then Flask map, and then it's listened to port number 5000. So you just put localhost 5000 here. And okay, you will see a map. Okay, if you take a look at the code, okay, Flask, this one. Okay, if you take a look at the Python script, okay, it's just like the hello world example. You put a decorator here and saying that which one, when you connect to a root directory, what will happen, okay? You will execute this function, okay? And in this one, you create a Flask map, okay, just by instantiate the map, and then you return the render template. So you just replace like the placeholder with name my map with the newly created object here, okay? And if you take a look at what's inside the template, you will see, okay, it's just something like this, okay? You put a placeholder here saying that my map.js, and then put another placeholder here saying that it's my map.html. Okay, that's it. And then you can create a fancy map application, interactive map application. Okay, so let's talk about the last application, the real-time application. So I just show you some interactive map application, for example, a Folium one, and I randomly generate several GPS location and put it on the map. And how do you change the location? You need to click on refresh button, right? Let me run it again. Folium. If you connect to localhost 1000, okay, CGI bin Folium demo. Okay, so once you plot a marker on the map, then it's there. You cannot change it, right? If you want to change it, then you refresh the map. Okay, so what if you want to do some real-time application? What would you do? Okay. There's an example here. I use server send event. If you take a look at the code, there is one called the real-time SSE JavaScript SAC demo. Okay. Okay, and then, okay, I forgot what's inside this one. Real-time SSE CGI. Oh, you need to connect to RT demo. rtdemo.py. Okay, it's only one script without any JavaScript. Then you will keep on talking to the server and get a new randomly generated GPS location and update the location. Yeah, right away. Okay. Yeah, okay, this is the first one, real-time application. And the second one is a Google Earth application. So I'll just show you the demo directory so that we can talk about how we implement it later. So for the Google Earth one, no. real-time Google Earth. Google real-time Google Earth demo. And then I start up the development web server. What? CGI. What happened? Okay. So basically, if you want to create a real-time Google Earth application, you need to have Google Earth installed, and you need to use something called KML. It's a markup language for geospatial data, and there is a concept called network link. In the network link, in the KML file, you can specify where do you want to get the data. For example, there would be a Python script on the internet, and you can ask Google Earth to keep on talking to the Python script and to get a new GPS location and then put it on Google Earth. Hold on, let me see if. Okay, it's because there's another one running. Okay, this is the last demo I want to show you. Okay, yeah, the web server is running, and I have already downloaded the KML file here, and when I click it, Google Earth will open this file. What? Why it? Okay, it's opening. My computer is very slow. And then you will try to get the data from the web server, the script on the web server. And then, okay, we are here. It's very slow. My computer is very slow. Okay. I asked Google Earth to get the data every 5 seconds. And then once you get the new data, it will jump to the new location. And because my computer is slow, it's like Google Earth haven't got to the location, then it jumped to another location or something like that. Yep. And why I want to do this is because I think if I create this kind of visual effect, and you will help those environmental scientists to think about why this bird fly like this way, or it will be easier for them to think that there might be something wrong with some animal or something like that. Okay, so that in the KML file you can specify a camera location. So if it's like close to the ground, you might see some three-dimensional landscape or something like that. Okay, yeah, this is the last demo. So basically, in this talk, I don't have time to go through the code, but what I want to show you is that you don't need to use any JavaScript. You still can create a very fancy map application, including static map application, interactive map application, and real-time application. Yep. And that's it. Wondering if you have any question or not.
Okay, so let's thank you, Victor Gao, and here's our gift for the speaker.